Sorry about that. The game crashed on me. So, yeah, this is technically part 2 of the same video. So, I guess if you were watching from the start, you'll know what's going on. As I was saying, behind this bush is Witch Beatrice. She will aid us greatly in the coming fight. You'll see why in a second. Meet the Moonlight Butterfly. Wherever it is. There it is. How'd you miss? Oh! And we're back. Sorry about that. And it's dead. Remarkably, a very easy boss, especially if you have Witch Beatrice. But that's not the only reason we want to go up here. There's something else up here. This is a petrified blacksmith, and it holds for us the Watchtower basement key, which normally, if we didn't have the master key, is how we'd get to Hovel, but he also has the Divine Ember and a homeward bone. The Divine Ember, as its name suggests, allows you to make divine weapons. Divine weapons are interesting because of their unique effect. They make enemies that resurrect unable to revive once you kill them once. It will become a major use to us in the catacombs whenever we go there. But even so, there's one more area we have to go. And this is the part that I'm going to regret immensely. Because now we have to go here. Oh, actually, before I go in there, let me bonfire real quick and... Oh. Hey, welcome to the stream! But yes, as I was saying, we should bonfire and then... Harry-carry! We do not want to be human in that area. You will get ganked. And I do not want to be ganked if I don't mind. Ooh, I was wearing an armor like that at one point. But anyway, onwards. This area is interesting because it's the best grinding spot in the mid-game. I'll show you why in a second. First, let's get this guy to follow us. Just watch this. If. if you would come forward. There he goes. Watch this. And... wait for it. You actually get souls out of that. And you can do this to everybody in here. Well, almost everybody. There's the cleric. And an assassin. They both fall for it too. This guy should fall for it, but he's being stubborn. There he goes. You can just see the shadows of people dying. The next one isn't so easily fooled, so I'm just gonna fight him head on. Before I go into that area right there, take a moment to explore around. Oh, aha. More trees. Oh, there it is. There was an armor set over there that I'm gonna go grab. But first, let me go... oh, not that one. Well, it's right there, but if I remember correctly, there was something else over here I could grab. I think. I could be wrong, though. Yes, I'm wrong. There it is. Here it is. The Eastern set. The Eastern set is interesting because a certain character we'll get to meet later on wears this armor. And the armor set itself doesn't really reveal much about them. But that's not the main reason we're here. The real reason we're here is because we're here to fight a boss, aren't we? But first, before we do that, let's take a look at this. Look familiar? Yes, we've been here before. This is that little shortcut we found. Now, by that barbarian character is where we have to go. So that means we have to go this way. but mainly, it's time to meet an interesting character, Alvina.
Is it not so that thou art new? Thou fared well to find her, but cometh thee not for the grave of Sir Artorius? My advice true. Forget this. The legend of Artorius are none but a fabrication.
Is that so?
'Tis but a fairy tale. Go not yonder knocking for nothing, I say.
I say, why not? Ugh, that mouth. It's like a Cheshire cat.
Of the dark root, I command upon hunters who track down the defiles of the forest elves. What dost thou say? Wilt thou not join us? Yes, I believe it would suit me well.
Might as well.
Very glad. And now, let us establish. And here taketh this round. If thou willest, it allows for thine summoning. If mine senses reveal intruders, I will summon thee. Fend them off, sir. I beseech only this. I shall summon others who will, by their honor, work tirelessly with thee. Thou shalt receive great reward. We shall pillage. A true agreement, not so. But thou must heed the golden rule. The clan is thy word. To thy person, stay true. Darest not in any attempt to double cross. Have no doubt, such wretchedness never will we tolerate.
Yes. So, to recap what she just said, the reason I didn't want to go human here is because, if you do, it will alert the Forest Hunter Covenant to come in and be summoned to take you out. You cannot leave until either you die or they die. And while you're wearing that ring, you get to be summoned. It's a true PvP covenant, basically. And the good news is, if for whatever reason if you come in here as a forest hunter, you will not be attacked, even if you're human. So that's good. Also, that character I mentioned earlier, this is him. Meet Shiva of the East.
I've heard all about you. I'm Shiva of the East, captain of the brigade. Let's teach you the clan basics now, as there's no time to chat in the midst of fighting. He said there is little in the form of the rules. Fight and fun is now. Whoever's fastest is to win. That's the difference. Only, don't forget what Alvina said. Traitors aren't given a second chance. For any reason. That's about the time. Don't worry. It's a good old time, isn't it? Great to have you with us. Good hunting.
This guy becomes useful later on because he acts like a sort of boss weapon merchant of sorts. He doesn't have any right now, but he will.
Don't worry now. You'll be called in soon enough. Hunters with patience score best kills.
Also, in case you haven't noticed, he has a bit of a bodyguard here who does not talk. He's trying the shadow guard that we got from Blighttown. Now then, onwards towards the other area. One thing before we move on, though. There's a bit of easy to miss loot right back here. The stone set? It's the same armor those stone giant guys from before were wearing. It's a pretty heavy set, but it's also really decent. But now for the main reason to explore this area besides the boss. Mushrooms. Mushroom people, to be exact. Do not let them get away. Get. Uh-oh. That's their parents. And trust me when I say, they are not to be taken lightly. Oh, that's cute. Why did they make a crane noise? Oh yeah, I forgot, they also drop gold pine resin. A really good buff for anyone who can afford that. They're also guarding a chest. With the enchanted ember. Now, I didn't show him to you yet, but there is a person in the New Launder ruins called Rickert of Vinheim. He acts like a sort of magic blacksmith, allowing you to turn your weapons into magic and enchanted weapons, which basically you do magic damage with them. As far as loot goes, there really isn't any. But that's not the reason we're here. That is... I'm gonna regret this decision, but it must be done. It must be done. Sorrow ahead. Tears ahead. Grief. Agreed. But I don't have a choice. Do I really have to do this? Alright, here we go. I really don't want to kill you. Please don't make me. Just stay down. Don't fight. Don't make this worse for you than it has to be. Ow! Grab, 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 grab. Please, stay down. I don't want to fight you any more than you want to fight me. Please, Sif. Don't. You don't have to fight. You don't have to fight. I do not feel good about what I just did. But to fulfill my duty as the chosen undead, I have to. Because what they gave me was the Covenant of Artorias, which will need to fight a mandatory boss. I won't say which yet. You're probably wondering why I regretted this. Well, the great grey wolf Sif was guarding the grave of his master, Sir Artorias. This grave right here. And he would not stop until you died, or he died. But there's an ulterior motive to it. He lost his master to the Abyss, which is where we're going eventually. He didn't want you to suffer the same fate. And here's the Hornet Ring. What this does is essentially increases your critical attacks, like with ripostes and backstabs. And with all that said and done, both Sands Fortress and the Darker Gardens are done. I suppose now would be a good time to end this stream and a half. That was intense and sad, but it had to be done. I hope you all enjoyed, because this was a very heartbreaking episode. I'll see you all later.